up guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing an Orchard toy review. So basically I'm just going to be reviewing all of their games that we have right in front of us. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with the ones at the back, then I'm going to make my way down. So first we've got puzzles. Sorry. So this is a teddy bear's picnic puzzle which has 15 pieces to it, and it is a very easy puzzle and is for ages 2 to 5. And this is a really nice puzzle because it doesn't take that long. And yeah, it's just a really nice game, a new puzzle. Next we have this creepy castle puzzle, which has 75 pieces and is aged 4 to 8. This one also includes a magnifying glass so that you can look and find secret things on the jigsaw. Next we have One Dog, 10 Frogs. This game is a floor game and basically it can help little ones with counting, so we use it mostly for I help my little sister Emily to count up to 15, and you have to try and match the two matching numbers to their pair. So, and then right here we have Shopping List. Shopping List is a game where you've got to try and find everything on your list. So you get a list and then you have to try and find everything on it. This game is a 3 to 7. I think it should be a 3 to 8 because I feel like 8-year-olds could play that game too. Next up, on the list we have Pizza Pizza. Pizza Pizza is a game recommended for 3 to 7 years old, and basically what you have to do is you have to spin both wheels, and then you have to pick, say I got red, I would have to pick up a red one, and then if I got one with spiders or worms on, I would have to throw it in the bin, and then the aim of the game is the first person to get a good looking pizza that is complete. So next on my list we have the Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs game is a game where you basically have to try and build all of the houses without the wolf blowing them down. This one is marked a 3 to 6 years. So I think this should be marked a 3 to 8 years because I feel like this is actually quite a difficult game. Sorry, I've got a cough today. Next up we have Animal Safari. This is rated 5+, so basically anyone over the age of 5 can play this. This is actually quite difficult. So basically you've got a trap and you've got to try and get the most animal coins and get to the end before everyone else. Now next up we have Pop to the Shops. Pop to the Shops is a nice game and it is rated 5 to 9, which I think is that is okay. And basically you've got to try and get, it's kind of like Shopping List, you've got to try and get everything on your list from different shops and then bring it back to your shop and try and be the first one to do it. Next up we have Alphabet Lotto, where basically it's kind of say all the pictures and words are turned over, then you have to try and find the pictures that are on your sheet. So basically the exact same Shopping List with pictures. Next up we have Old MacDonald Lotto, which is basically the same but with animals. So you have a board and then you have animals on it, and then you have to try and find all of the things on your board. This game is rated a 2 to 6 years. I think that's quite good, but I think if I was Orchard Toys I would rate it 2 to 7 years. So I feel like 6 is a bit too young. Okay, next up we have 2x2. 2x2 is a game, we haven't actually played this one so I don't know much about it, but it must be quite a babyish game. Looking at the back I have a feeling it involves counting or something. So yeah, and this is rated a 2 to 6 years, so yeah, that's pretty good. Then next up, I'm going to have to quickly get down and then get this game. Next up we have Ride Robber. Now Ride Robber is a game where you have a bag, you have a person with a sack, and then you have to try and get all of the things that rhyme. You have to try and get everything ride. So tie, pie, train, plane, bear, square, like that. And yeah, that's quite a good game. I like playing that, but it is actually a 5 to 9, which I think is quite good. So yeah, that's a really good game. Okay, next up on my list, I have the rocket game. The rocket game is basically a game where you have a rocket, and then the person who wins is the person who has the most loops up by the end of the game. Now this is a really good game, and it's really good, like it doesn't take that long. And I really like this game, it's a really good game. Now I'm actually going to put it there so that I can reach something. Let's get one from this side. Okay, I'm going to pick 2 this time. Now, the reason I picked 2 games this time was because they are pretty similar. So I just wanted to show you Pigs and Pants and Woolly Jumpers. So these 2 games are really basically the same, but the Woolly Jumpers one involves sheep and jumpers instead of pants. Now the Pigs and Pants one is the original, it's like the older one, and then the Woolly Jumpers is basically just a newer version of it. Yeah, and I really like these, and I assume they are rated the same. Yeah, 4+ and 4+, yeah. So I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's pick another one. I'm actually going to pick another 2. These 2. Now right here I have Ice Cream Pairs and Penguin Pairs. These 2 games are basically the same, but this one is kind of older I think, and this one is kind of newer. So this Ice Cream Pairs is basically a game where you have to try and find 2 ice creams that are the same, so like vanilla and vanilla, strawberry and strawberry, chocolate and chocolate. And the Penguin Pairs is a game where you have to find 2 same penguins. So say like one of the penguins was wearing a blue dress, then you'd have to try and find another penguin which was wearing a blue dress. So these games are both really good, but we tend to play Ice Cream Pairs a lot more. I don't know why. Okay, next 2. There's actually 2 more that are the same. So I'm just quickly gonna do these. Okay, so next up on my list we have Jungle Heads and Tails, Jungle Heads and Tails and Farmyard Heads and Tails. Now these 2 games are really good. Farmyard Heads and Tails basically, I think Farmyard Heads and Tails is a teensy bit older. I'm not sure though, but I think they came out at the same time. Now these games are basically where you have to find, so say if you had a sheep head, then you'd have to try and find the sheep tail. And then say in Jungle Heads and Tails, you would have to find the elephant head and the elephant tail. So yeah, these 2 games are really good, but I kind of prefer Jungle Heads and Tails because I feel like the animals are just a little bit like better. Yeah, and these are both rated 8 months plus. So these are actually really good games. Like, I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but I kind of prefer Jungle Heads and Tails because I feel like the characters are a bit more like better. Okay, next up we have one of the newer games that Orchard Toys came out with. It is Fairy Snakes and Ladders and Ludo. So basically this is a 2 games in 1. So basically you can play Snakes and Ladders and you can also play Ludo. We found the Ludo really hard, so we usually play the Snakes and Ladders, and we really like this one because it's like a 2 in 1, and I think it's really good, and it is rated a 5 to 9 years. I think that is pretty good because the Ludo is actually quite hard. So yeah, that's a good rating. I'll probably put it 6 to 10 because I feel like it's a bit harder than that. Now this game is a really old one. This is Dotty Dinosaurs. So Dotty Dinosaurs is basically a game where you have a dinosaur, then you have to roll a 2 dice. One of them has colours on them and the other has shapes. So you'll have the coloured dice and then you have to roll it, and then say if I got red and then I got a triangle, I would be able to get a red triangle or a red triangle. So this game is pretty good, but sometimes I find it a bit confusing. I don't know why. But it is a really good game, and it is rated 3 to 6 years. I think that's quite good. But yeah, because it's actually quite a babyish game. So next up, I haven't done that. No. Okay. Next up is Fairy Snap. Fairy Snap is basically the exact same as Snap, but has like pictures of fairies on and like birds. Now this game is rated a 3 to 6 years. I think that's pretty good, but I feel like it should be rated a 3 to 8 because Snap is like a usual game that like you play like Uno. You'll play that like as a usual game. So I think this is a bit wrong with the ratings. Next up we have let me see. What haven't I done? Oh yes, I like this one. Next up we have Rainbow Unicorns. Now Rainbow Unicorns is a game where you basically, it's like a race to see who could be first to get to the pot of gold. And this is rated a 3 to 5. I think that's pretty low. I think it should be rated a 3 to 7 because I feel like this is quite a good game. And the reason we have all these like games is because my sister loves them, really likes them. Now next up we have Tell the Time. So basically this game is like where you have a sheet and then you have to like a list of things and then you have to try and find them in like when they're turned over the other way. So this is a really good game, but we don't really play it that often, and it is rated a 5 to 9. I think that's not very good. I feel like it should be rated a 5 to 7, maybe an 8, maybe 5 to... I think 5 to 7, yeah, because I feel like that it's a bit babyish. Next up we have, I've done Animal Safari. Oh, I think I've done them all. Oh yeah, I've done them all. Oh yeah, that's the end of it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And maybe you could buy some of these Orchard toy games I have showed you today. Bye! I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Bye!